Yeah, so maybe what I'll do first is talk about what my day-to-day was like. And as a researcher, I mean, I was in the lab all the time. I was making materials, testing materials. Some of I would travel a lot and go to different national labs, and I did a lot of work at the Canadian Light Source, which is Canada's particle accelerator. And so you would essentially accelerate particles and shoot X-rays, these high-powered X-ray beams at our materials to understand how they work. So that was some really cool stuff that I did as um, prior to joining the NRC. Now
Yeah,
that
we
I'm
have
at the
some photos
NRC,
from you. Let's just
oh,
see the photos that you have. Those are super cool photos, by the way.
sure. So yeah, maybe on slide 6 or the next slide, I can talk a little bit about the photos that I provided there. So
Oh,
if you could just go
the one
forward.
before.
So maybe the last slide. Uh,
That was
so next, the slides, there we go, perfect. So on the top right-hand side there, that's the Canadian Light Source, and that's actually a picture
Oh.
of the particle accelerator. So the Canadian Light Source is in Saskatoon, and it's this giant particle accelerator where you accelerate particles to a really high speed such that they start emitting high energy intensity X-rays. And you can use these X-rays and you can shoot them at a material while it's doing conversion, CO2 conversion or catalysis, and then you can understand things about them. So you can imagine, for example, going to a doctor's office or a dentist and using an X-ray to look at your teeth. Well, this is like that on steroids. It's a huge giant particle accelerator that is used to make high energy X-rays to look at our materials as they're actually converting CO2. And you get like atomic level precision. You get to understand a lot about how the material works, which is really exciting. On the top left-hand side is kind of what I looked like in the lab. So I'd be working on actually making materials. There's a lot of chemistry involved, a lot of incorporating that into sort of cells and things of that nature. And on the bottom left-hand side, there is an actual microscope image of a nanostructured gold catalyst. And so this is a catalyst that was, it's actually made from gold. And what you're looking at are microscopic dendrites and different nanostructures. They're like little trees. And the shape of these trees actually help to increase the activity of the catalyst and convert the CO2. And on the bottom right there is a little bit, some pictures from my journey. When I was at IBM during my internship, that's me on the sort of Watson um, uh, uh, thing. And then I was also I was also on the listed on the Forbes list, the top 30 under 30 in energy, and that was me at a Forbes top 30 event, and some work at UC Berkeley as well. So
Really
that was
impressive. Yeah.
thanks. Yeah, and so that was my life as a researcher. And now at the NRC, my day-to-day is a lot different. My day-to-day is a lot more stakeholder engagement, hopping on calls, talking to CEOs at different organizations. I'll give you an example. So yesterday, for example, I had a call with BASF Canada on a system that they developed to match critical supplies for COVID-19. And so actually what I'm doing right now, like currently, is I've started taking on some roles to look at COVID-19 response in response to NRC. And my lead is on the hand sanitizer and material file. So my day-to-day is I'm developing challenges and different opportunities for startup companies to develop new technology to help combat COVID-19. I'm looking at supply chain for critical materials and hand sanitizers. So can we, right now there's a shortage of these reagents because all these things are being made. We were talking about this earlier, actually there, Aaron. And one of the things that we can do is look at what are existing technologies in Canada that can be retrofitted to make these other critical materials. So we've been doing a technology review on that, for example. But beyond that, I also do a lot of sort of obviously talks, meeting with people, a lot of looking at projects and disbursement of funds and things like that. It's much more on sort of a senior management role, and I don't actually get to do research anymore, which I do miss a lot. But I do feel that being at this level, I get to, rather than just working on a few projects that I have the opportunity to push forward, I can actually manage many projects that, and therefore increase my impact. So I actually really enjoy the position I'm in and the job I have now.